Good morning and welcome to tea time. I'm going to get the electric kettle going so we can start our tea. If you don't have one of these, I'd invest in one. You can get one for like $15. They're really nice. So that'll be boiling in no time. But while we wait for anybody, I thought maybe I'll feed the fish and then we'll talk about some stuff that's I have planned. I do plan on getting a backdrop here, but I didn't get it yet, so please don't be distracted by any cars that may go by. All right, I got some fry over here. Well, I guess they're juveniles now. Firemouths and green terrors. I have a mosquito fish tank, a tetra tank, 2 lemias. I have some goldfish in here that are quarantined right now. Liberty mollies, if you ever heard of them, they're really cool. They're pretty new to me. White clouds, breeding pair of dwarf brahmies I just got, and they're already bubble nesting, so I'm pretty excited about that. Some marigold swords, Honduran red point mom down there with some babies. Some Skiffia, which is a new favorite of mine, I think, and some platies. That's what's on the rack here. All right, so today's tea is this. It's the Yogi Positive Energy Sweet Tangerine. Let's open this up here and get one out. And I like this tea because they usually have nice little things on the back. The brightness of your being is generated from within. Now, my kettle doesn't have a temperature regulator, and some teas between green and black, they want a certain temperature, and we'll go through that as we get the different teas. This one just says boiling water. If you want stronger tea, add 2. So we're just going to do 1. I'll taste it without sugar, then I'm adding sugar because I need it. I can't drink plain tea without my sugar. So this thing's probably already boiling. Oh, yeah. So let's get our tea started, and I'll talk about some stuff I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about first is some Fishroom failures, because I thought, why don't we just start off this whole process with my failures, and then we can talk about anything good that happens. I have been spending so much time thinking about some recent failures I've had. I had a 100-gallon crash. I lost half my fish, including a show fish that was going to go to clash. And currently I have a 40-gallon that has juvenile angels and geophagus in there. And I just woke up 2 days ago and some of my redheaded geos were dead. So I just wanted to talk about what I have decided is my main drawback, I guess, is patience. The 100-gallon, I've figured out what happened. I bought 3 rubber lip plecos. I didn't wait 6 weeks to throw them in. They looked good. I thought, okay, whatever. I put them in. It didn't happen right away, but what happened was I have 2 toddlers, and they unplugged the fish tank. So whatever was in there, my fish were fine. That sickness wasn't affecting them, they were fine. But as soon as that stressor was added, I was losing fish left and right. Like I said, one of my class show fish. I still have the big bambino, my bumblebee cichlid. He's in there, and he's going to clash with me. But, I could have lost him. I could have lost them all. I lost half of that tank just because of my patience. I'm sure the 40-gallon breeder is my patience. You wait 4 weeks, you think that's good? I'd wait 6. That's why I put these goldfish in the quarantine before they go out with fluorescent one, because losing fish is terrible. And I know it's my patience that does it. So all my Fishroom failures is because of my patience, whether it's my patience to want to get something Like I go to an auction and there's something I really want, so I just get it without thinking of where it's going to go, who's it going with. I mean, there's 40 some tanks in this house, but still, you know, am I going to, I come home with 3-4 bags of fish. Am I going to put them all together? You can't. So I mean, do I have enough quarantine tanks? This is like, that is my biggest failure is patience and planning, I guess, but it all goes together because I could have waited for that fish. I'm going to take a sip of this tea and see what it's like without sugar. I can definitely taste the citrus. We'll throw some sugar in there. So I'm going to look at my phone for comments, and I want to, if anybody's here and wants to talk about, like, what do you think is your biggest failure or your biggest drawback or your, you know, what makes you fail in your fish room? Because I think once you realize why you're failing, maybe you can, you know, improve it. So I am going to really work on my fish room patience. That's Todd, by the way. Sorry, I had to leave for a minute. I have toddlers and they decided they were going to sneak out in the fish room, and that's a no-no. All right, give me 1 second to pull up comments. So if that's my tea time, my drama in my fish room is patience. And I mean, now I have to wait and see what's going to happen with this 40. I got my 100 stable. It's all good. But I mean, there was a point in time where I wanted to just walk away from it. Like I didn't want to keep trying and throwing things at that tank and see what I was going to do to make it better. Like I wanted to give up. And it was because of another fish friend that kept messaging me, hey, did you try this? Did you try this? Did you try this? If he wouldn't have stayed on me, I probably would have gave up on that tank, honest to God. But like, since he was trying, I was like, okay, I got to try. It's stable now. But now losing those geophagus, I'm kind of worried about, you know, what am I going to do now? So I'm going to throw some antibiotics at that tank and see what happens. I'm really bummed that I lost the redheads because, I mean, they were big. They were worse than shit. So anyway, yes, nanos. I have some big ones. I have the pond downstairs. The bigger tanks are behind you, and I'll show them off eventually. And I mean, this is my first one. I'm a little nervous. I don't care if anybody's here. And I know my friends do not get up this early, so they'll catch it later. I wanted to talk about drama. So I been following some true crime cases, and one of my favorites here is this Nicolas Rossi case. Like, this guy is nuts. So when he was younger, he was in the foster system and he got adopted, I think around the age of 13, and started causing so many problems with his foster family. He ended up opening up like 26 credit cards under his foster dad's name, over $200,000. So anyway, that's just a little back. So he is wanted in America for SA, okay? All of a sudden, he gets lymphoma cancer and dies. And then a couple years later go by, and in 2020, in Scotland, there's a man in the hospital dying from COVID. And tattoos match, fingerprints match, whatnot. So they say, you know, we got this guy that is running from the law in America. And he's like wanted for the, you know, scamming his foster family and also SA assaults. So this guy says it's not him. That's not him. He is, it can't be this guy. They say, well, you have matching tattoos. He says that they tattooed him while he was in a coma from COVID. they said your fingerprints match, and he said that they took his fingerprints while he was in a coma and then gave it to the U.S. officials so it would look like that was him. Wow, this has been going on for like a year. So, in the courts, finally, about 3 weeks ago, a judge over in Scotland said, yes, that's him, and they're going to extradite him. And so I guess the court has about 28 days to decide if they're actually going to extradite him or not. But like, I was watching videos of this guy. He's nuts. Like, he explodes. He tells the judge and everybody that he can't do certain things, like lift his arms above his head. And next thing you know, he's like yelling at the judge, flailing, and the judge saw right through it. So he's going to be extradited. Well, he can be extradited. We'll find out if he is. But it was just like, what the heck is wrong with this guy? So I don't know. I like to watch true crime and the current events going on. And that one that's going on right now, I was like, that's some tea. Because, I mean, he's a little bit younger than I am. He was born in 87. So, like, it just, he wrote his own obituary, and it was pretty much so vain. Like, I don't know. If you haven't seen it or heard of it, please watch a video or two, because it's like, what the heck is up? And I want to know, after 9/11, how did this man travel? Like, did he get a fake passport? I mean, he does have several aliases, but like, I thought all that stuff was like, you know, crunched down because of 9/11 happening and flying and stuff. So how did he get from America there? That's my question, really. I want to know. That's the tea. That's the tea. All right. I decided we were going to go with this tea, one of these teas for next week. And this one is a temperature regulated one. So let's open these. We'll see what's going on. We'll wait for anybody to come. This one kind of sucked. I promise I'll get better. But I got this off Amazon, so if you are interested in following along, grab a box. It was like $15 or something, so it wasn't too much. But this is assorted green teas and fruit fusions. This one's supposed to give us positive energy, supports elevated mood and energy levels. So let's hope that I have a good day at work. I do love my coffee. I need my coffee, but going into winter and living in PA, I'll drink tea all day long. Oh, wow. Oh, I don't want to do a citrus one next week because they're doing a citrus one this week. So let's figure it out. Since it's still summery time here, let's do the strawberry and vanilla next week. Taylor's strawberry and vanilla. And this one actually has a temperature on it, 194. Seek for 2 minutes. This one will seek for 5 minutes. I forgot to tell you that. There was last year I got these like herbal ones. I swear to God, all winter I could breathe better. So it was tea. This will be our next week's tea, strawberry and vanilla. It's a green tea with natural flavoring. Ripe strawberry and gentle vanilla. I'll try that next week. Bewizzle, what are some kind of nanofish you have? I have a couple platies that are over there and some... What else is over there? Oh, my sailfins. I think that's all the nanos ones, the smaller food. Oh, a couple beta that you can't see. There are sass and snails and shrimp in this one. All kinds of tetras in this one. There's 2 frogs, some auto cats, and a loach. I'm about ready to get rid of these tigerlemia because I think I lost my only male, so I feel kind of bad just having them here. And I'm trying to get some BAP points, which is Breeders Award program at our club. So just females aren't going to get me anywhere. They are cool fish. Very underrated. And these skiffia, if you've never seen a skiffia, just Google it. Check them out. They're so neat. They have an extra little swoop on their fin. I like them. They remind me of like some of our native sunny fish. They are extinct in the wild, so they're Cares fish. White clouds, everybody can breed them except for me. I've had my white clouds forever. And the mosquito fish, I will tell you a funny story about that. So I went and bought feeder fish one day because I couldn't get these rescued piranhas to eat, and that's what they were used to eating. So I thought, what the heck? So I went and bought feeder fish, and I got this little random fish that didn't look like the other feeders in there. And I was like, I'm going to save her. So I saved her, and she ended up having babies in my tank. And I did lose her, but then I have 8 of her babies. So they're about like breeding age. But the funniest thing was I was carrying this little cup of babies, and it wasn't funny at the time. Like I was screaming and bawling, but I dropped it. Carpet, there's some thickness to it. And I was freaking out so bad that these little fish were there. And there were so many, and I needed to find them. And they were so tiny that like I had to take a minute and be like, okay, you got to get these fish. So I did end up saving 8 of them, and that's them. So they're my little floor fish. And if you haven't caught the pond downstairs, look for some lives and some videos on that, because trust me, it's pretty awesome down there. Also, I guess I'm going to give myself a plug real quick. If you go to lakedelandaquatics.weebly.com, and that's WEEBLY, you can purchase some shrimp sticks that we make here, homemade. These ones are the spirulina ones that I'm going to feed my shrimp here in a minute. There's several flavors. There's a variety pack. There's other things on there. And as I go on and time goes on and things get better, whatnot, there'll be more products on there, including fish. So check that out. Plug for me. I use my own products because I like them. It's all natural. This has spirulina, kelp, calcium carbonate, and I use egg wash base to get them on there. So if you're interested in shrimp sticks or any Snello making kit is on there, we'll go over making that another time. But check that. To give me a little like. I'm sorry this wasn't that great, but I promise we'll get better. Good morning, Jenna. You missed me telling about my failures, my patience problem. B-Wizzle, you'll be at Clash. Do you have a table? Booth. What are you bringing? Good morning, Mexi. I put this out here so you know what tea we're having. Anybody else going to Clash? It's like less than a month away. I have a lot of sticks to make, but I don't want to make them too early because I want them to be fresh. But geez, thinking about it, it's getting a little stressful. And we are 3 hours from Clash, so like I am a little worried about just transporting everybody. It's like when I get there, I'm gonna have to put a whole Fishroom up in the hotel. It's gonna be new and exciting for me. I know I am definitely excited, but I am nervous too because I'm taking a fish that means a lot to me, and it's just a little scary just transporting him or any fish that far in the temperatures that we have right now, 80s, 90s some days. So, and then there'll be several. There won't just be him. There'll be, the fish that I take to sell, whatnot. So I am a little bit nervous about transporting my fish to Clash, but I have transported fish before. I feel like it'll be all right. It's just I have anxiety, so I'll be nervous about it till we get there, and then I'll be nervous about the ride home until I get home. That's just how it is. Am I taking Jack? No. And I'll tell you why. Jack is my Jack Dempsey from my pond. He is gorgeous. He's about 10 inches. He's 9 years old, but I do have an ultimate fear that something will happen to him, and I don't have the guts to take him. That's why I can't take Jack. I mean, he eats right from my hand and whatnot. I can't risk Jack for, a certificate or a ribbon. Like, he's worth more to me than that. So I will not take Jack. And maybe someday I will take Jack, but I doubt it. And if you want to see Jack, check out the pond. You'll see Jack in there. Oh, Jenna, I'll look for you. That's awesome. I'm so excited. Definitely looking forward to the hospitality room. There are several people I want to meet, including all of you. So anybody going, I'm a little excited to meet you. Maybe next year I'll take Jack. Maybe. There's a couple fish in the pond I'd love to take. I mean, just because they're so big and beautiful and whatnot. But I'm scared. Big Bambino is big enough for me to take. My bumblebee is about, 6 inches, 7 inches maybe. He's huge for what he is, but he's strong. He just went through the 100-gallon crashing and whatnot. I mean, I don't know. I'm a little biased, I guess. I can't take Jack. And if you don't know Jack, keep watching because you'll see Jack. He's pretty. I got him a little female, and they hang out together down there. I mean, she's not little by any means, but she's smaller than him. And they hang out, but I don't see them having no babies or anything. Anybody drinking tea this morning? It's not bad. I might have another cup before I go to work. So what else is going on in my Fishroom? The 40-gallon breeder. I had my huge male electric blue acara in there, and he's my breeder. Well, the female ate her babies. And now I'm in this dilemma that I'm going to have to quarantine him for 6 weeks before he can go back to his female because he was just in the 40 that is crashing. So I did a 25% water change on it yesterday just because I needed to do it quickly and needed something done. I threw some ICX in there, just, get it started. Today I'm going to do a 50% and hopefully I can get that stable. But just looking at it makes me sick because all the stress I just went through 100 gallon. I mean, I lost half my fish in that tank, and they were cichlids, Africans. So that kind of sucks. I actually had a yo-yo loach in there. I thought I lost, and all of a sudden he disappeared. So he's okay. If you just came, next week's tea, strawberry and vanilla. I got a whole box of different flavors off Amazon. So we'll go through all those flavors. So if you want to follow along, I'd probably buy one because we'll do all the flavors. So what do you guys think about this Rossi guy? I need more plants, because I have all my tanks have live plants. So even though I might have a lot of plants, when you put them in a lot of tanks, it looks sparse. So I'm looking to buy some plants, Whizzle. Apple cranberry tea. I didn't see that in this box, but that's something. I mean, that sounds really nice. Definitely a fall one. No, Whizzle, and I believe that's why some of my fish that I want to breed are not breeding. They want more plants. That's what I'm sticking to. I'm saying that. That's why I'm going to buy some more. So yes, I'll definitely check your table out. there's a couple wish lists or two. I don't have CO2 either, so they got to be, semi-easy plants. But I'm down to get new ones and try new ones. I did put a lot of plants in the pond and lost them all just because I had like a 2 day bout of depression and only went down to turn the lights on when I was feeding the fish. So I melted all those. That was a bummer, but it is what it is. I won't be putting live plants back in the pond. I might do a video of me adding some fake ones to the pond where I actually get in the pond. I've been in the pond 2 times ever. And that was to place a few things because I want to lay my rocks down real nicely because obviously it's a pool and they don't last forever. And I don't want it leaking and I don't want to lose or hurt any of my fish. The thing about having a table I worry is that am I going to miss one of those talks that I wanted to see? Am I going to miss getting a wish lister of some sort because I'm hanging out at my table? And I get so much anxiety thinking about Clash, like in a good way, but it's like I need to get there. I'm excited, but I'm nervous. So it's just like this anxiety fighting each other. Yes, shadows. There are plant lights down there, and I probably do need more. But those plants made my tank or the pond a mess. Like they would knock over the flower pots, so all the soil that was in them would fall out. Now there's like debris in the pond that wasn't there, and the fish like it, and it's not bad. I just think it looks like crap, and having a blue bottom, you can just really see it. And vacuuming the pond sucks in a way because it's so low. There's nowhere lower to go, so I can't just siphon like a vacuum that you would, gravel vac in your fish tank. So I have to do like a pump, and the pump, then I burned through one already because of the debris going through that pump and whatnot. So I really don't want to ever put live plants back in there again. But I do want to put a lot of more fake ones in there because I think my fish would love them. And I know my catfish, the channel cat, loves hiding in that one feather plant. And I watch him come up and like eat the food that gets stuck in it and whatnot. So they all do. They all need plants. So if anybody knows a cheap place to get good plants, let me know. Yeah, Jen, I heard you can just, throw up a sign or something. I'm going with my friend and we're sharing a table. So I feel like her and I are not going to see each other for a little bit unless we're at our hotel room because it's going to be like, watch the table while I go do this. You watch the table while I do this. So I'm going to tell Laura, and I'm going to give a shout out to Laura. She, LJ's shrimp.weebly.com if you want to buy any shrimp. If not, you can find her at Clash too. But I have a feeling that her and I are going to have to, tag team so we can get everything we wanted to do. This tea is really good. And this electric kettle is pretty awesome. I have a plug in my car. It's like, this might change camping. That's for sure. Take some instant coffee, 2 seconds hot. Take tea, 2 seconds, it's hot. It's pretty neat. There's all different ones. Like I said, you can buy like a $10 one from Walmart. I have an alarm going off or something. What? Oh, it's over here. Thought I turned it off. So I'm kind of, like I said about this Nicolas Rossi guy, I'm kind of eager to see what happens. It was so funny. Like he like throws his hands up in the air, trying to stand up and whatnot. Just watch a clip of this guy and think that these kind of humans walk around us. I want to know how he got away with all this, being that stupid. That was my tea time today. The drama of Nicolas Rossi. And the drama of my Fishroom. Oh no, I got off my comments. Who else is going to Clash? Anybody? At our table, we'll have shrimp, shrimp products. We'll have shrimp food. I'll have some fish. I'm not sure what else we're going to be bringing with us at this point. So definitely check by, say hi. I'd like to meet everybody. I'm going to try to do a couple little videos down there too. I want to do like a walkthrough. I'll definitely be sharing on my Facebook pictures and whatnot, because there's several people that I want to meet that have made me more successful in my fish room. So it's more than just like, oh, they're a YouTuber, I want to meet them. It's more like, hey, you helped me do something. I, learned something. Something was easier